Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back. I've chosen to try something out. I haven't done anything with this one, but I've experimented with this one. And I've just used black marker pen and some designer series paper. And you've got enough for a 6x4 and two 3x3s. You could have made them slightly bigger and had them 3.5, but you can fit. I don't think I've got a 3x3 picture. No, this is my shortest one, but I can trim that down. Let me do that. Trim this down to a 3. It's not quite 3, but it's just short of 3. But if I took that down to there and then take this down to 3, I've still got a picture of my beautiful fella. So a nice 3x3 picture. A nice 6. I haven't got any side ones, but a 6x4 would fit on that and still give a good border all the way around. I just think it's really cute. And like I was saying, I just use a black marker. I could be a little bit more particular because I was just rushing to practice. So I may do that on all these inserts. This is a little bit smaller. So I could maybe have a slight little bit wider paper, but I was just experimenting what I could do on these plain papers inside. I could just literally put a border strip on either side to firm it up, maybe down the bottom, and then just let the recipient choose photographs on the inside. But just toying with some. I've gone and added a few trees, some little gems on here. I've added a little, so you can tuck your whole photo behind all the way up into the corner. You can even leave yourself a border. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, show it. I can get my pictures in there. I'll have to chop her head off, but no, it fits that way beautiful. I haven't got any side view photos, and I've added a couple here as well, so you know, just so I know my pictures can go behind. How cute are they? And I jiggled around then until I got this. It's now not sticking out. I literally, now I've got to start work on this side. So let's pop those photos back. Just loving it. These are just to show the examples. Well, on this one, I'm going to add, maybe I could just basically add that page on there, but I'm going to do a flap first under here. I may even score this along this edge. Do you think it'd work? We'll try it. So if I put this on here, and I'm going to grab my score tool. Am I just going to pull it to the edge of that paper there? Score it just along that paper's edge there, so I can bend that and then bend it that way as well, because I'm going to glue this. What a good idea. I'm going to add some design. I'm going to glue that into place, giving me a nice border. Then I can open this up and we can still add pictures on the back, and I've still got this lovely frilly edge. So I want that black and white showing, because we got so much going on the other page. I am literally going to glue this section down. What a fabulous idea. I mean, you could strengthen it, you could do a double layer. You can literally cut another 1-inch strip, do that border and glue it on the back. And then let's just make sure we got this the right way. Make sure I've got our border all the way across. Nice and straight. It's something a little bit different. I might add another strip over the top of that just to strengthen it and to hide these bits, but I can open that up now. I really need to let that glue go off first before I start folding things back. A bit premature, Gaynor. But I'll make sure that's lined up. Perfect. I'll show you what I mean now. So let's see if that's wide enough. Oh, that's perfectly wide enough. Let's grab my punch. I like to start off looking so I'll get that line right up against there. So I take it all the way up to the line inside there. And then I turn it over because I don't seem to ever get, I always end up in the middle of my creases, and then I never seem to be able to line it up properly. You get what I mean in a minute. Making sure that stays along that edge. Keeping sure that's along the edge and it's lined up this side. And I'm going to do it all the way across to the edge because I'm going to trim off. Perfect. So let me empty that ready for next time. Love this punch. So, because that is on that edge, I'm literally going to take it just by that spot there. Maybe I should have put this on first, then glued the other down. Let's just check. Perfect. I'm going to get these little knobbly bits on the top. I've bought new batteries for my camera as well, and I also want to test that out. So let's check the depth now. I'm going to literally, I want that there, and I just want that little bit there. See if this works. I'm only adding this for strength, and I'm not going to go past that line. I'm going to glue that literally. I might even overlap it actually, just a fraction. Mind you, I've cut it now, so no, I'm just going to glue it on. Let me just check I've got it the right way round. No, it's got to go that way for definite, so I know I've got the right way. Oh, my glue. It's warm tonight in here. Really warm tonight. Let's just check. Perfect. My glue does not want to come out. Wow, that's dried up really quickly. Give that a little poke. That's better. I'm not going nuts, I'm just having a thin layer. It's just a rest on the top. Make sure that is all lined up. Grab my rubber, take my little pencil mark off the end. Taking my bone folder now. and flat. Perfect. So we've got 3 pitches that side, 3 pitches that side, and we've got a nice little fun fold flap. I think that is super cute. I'm going to grab some of this gorgeous paper. I'm going to do it from the, I want that side, see, but it's got glue all across the top. See if my glue rubber's going to get it off. So I'm going to turn this, and I want it level with that. And I can trim that off now with my trimmer. I'll start this way. I've got loads of little bits left over, so let's check that out. What I might do though, because I'm going to add that on there, nice, I may just add a flap first. So let's get some cardstock. Oh, look at that, it's perfectly the same width. So let's score this 1/2 inch. Perfect. My bone folder. Because this is going to go underneath. Same width as our cardstock, and then when that's glued into place, this should fit in there to hide that seam. Beautiful. So let's just see how much we need. I'm going to turn it over, that way I can measure. Take that down. I always say these little bits, they come in handy for some little mini pockets. Let's give this a glue. I think that would have been wide enough to go across the top as a top flap as well, but let's just turn this back. This is going along the edge. Make sure that's perfectly on there. This is our inner flap, so this is the one that comes out. Apologise, got the sniffles. So we've now got a flap. Just push those down so they adhere onto the cardstock. Do apologise. Then we can have our designer serves paper. That will fit on there lovely. Give it a good swirl. You want to make sure it comes all the way to the corners. And I just need to go back and then I go in between. I'm not really squeezing too hard, I'm just really layering it down. So I want to level this at the bottom. Give myself a little border down that side. Shall we spread that in the corners? It's a little bit harder with all the bulk that I've got on the other side, but we'll get there. Take off any excess glue. I have plenty of these photo mats. I mean, I could add a 7 by 5 just about in there. A 3 by 3. I could cut that down to another 3 by 3. I mean, in fact, I think I will. Let's do this 3 by 3, so that's 3 1/4. That's 3 1/2 actually, by 3 1/2. So let's do this one. Same, 3 1/2. Let's just check. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. I can then spin this over and I'm just going to add some jiggly lines just so it looks like it's been stitched even. I don't have a, no, I don't have a sewing machine, but if I did have, I would take the time to sew some of these edges on because I think it looks quite cute, and I like the contrast with the black, white and gold. So let's first pop our 7 by 5 because we don't really tend to have many 7 by 5 photos, but even if we left a border of 1 inch or a 1/2 inch all around, that would look cute. So let's distance ourselves top and bottom. And I've just used a white gel pen on this one, and as you've seen, a black biro on this one, and that's going to give me perfect spacing. Perfect. Add that there because we've added the designer series paper underneath. Yep, that's the plan. I just cut down. And again, I'm going to level it off with the bottom of this photo. Grab my bone folder, give that a good smushy smushy. Make sure they got this glued right down. Take off any excess glue. And we've got a nice photo frame, and plus we've still got this flap here. Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 just on those pages. We will get an easy another 4 on here. Where's my photo mat? So I've got plenty of 4 by 4s. Let's see. We have a nice, I could add that on there and some strips of paper, but I'm gonna not glue that edge down. That way, 4 by 4. I'm just 4 by 4, 4 by 4. I've got one there that's not made up. I've got 6 by 4. Let's just have a look. I do a 6 by 4. And 2 4 by 4s, but I won't glue the top. Oh, I don't know. See, let's see if we can do a 6 by 4. and the 6x3.5, and paper there, paper there. That's what I'm going to do. Love it. And we've also got some of these beautiful, I may add a piece of black cardstock 1 inch, and then this could open out as well. Let's move those just for a second. I've got some black cardstock here. Let's cut this down to 1 inch. Let's see what that width is. That is 4 3/8. And let's get a couple because we've got a few of these. Is that long enough? No, but I've got 2 now. Let's grab our score tool. Score them 1/2 inch. Because we can, that is a beautiful picture. That then can be glued on there, and we can always trim off the edge. We say we're not getting busy, and then we get really busy on it. So let's add this. Come down a little bit lower, right on the edge. Perfect. And you can see a little bit of an overhang. Get that off. So I'm going to put this in the bottom corner. I'm not going right to the very edge. I'm just going to burnish that down. Let's have a look what else we've got. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Top and bottom. Let's do that one as well. Laura's just been this weekend for a visit as well, so make sure I put it on the right way round. But the album's not finished, so I'm going to make sure it's done by Easter. I know it's going to be done well before then, but I want to make sure I've got all the photo mats decorated. I want to make sure she loves it, and I'm going to add that on there, and I'm going to literally come away from that edge at just a fraction. And it's just, she's going to Canada at the end of February. You probably, well, she would have gone to Canada at the end of February. You won't see this probably till it comes out. And keep that level on there. Literally balance that on there. And she said because she's going skiing in Canada, because it's a Christmas album, she doesn't mind because she's going to be in the snow anyway. So we've got this, this. We're going to have this, which opens up. Little burnish. This opens up. Then we're going to add our 6x4. And doing things like this, I don't have to decorate the backs of these photo mats because they've already got, and I'm going to add that in this top corner. Make sure that's nice and squished in, and I'm going to add this one in this bottom corner, but I'm not going to glue this section here, so I'm going to glue those three sides. So I'm going to put my fingers there, and I'm only going to glue this section because we've got a tuck spot then. Where my fingers are. I want to make sure I take off any excess glue. We don't want that sticking to anything. Oh, don't want that bit there. So I've just removed that glue that was on this corner because I want to be able to slide my photo all the way down. And this then, oh, it's that bit that's going to be a tuck spot. That section. So let's glue that down. Grab some, get this excess glue off. Now we can choose, look at that, hugs, love it. Love that. Paper. Let's get some trees on. We've used gold on this one, haven't we? Yes, so I think I'll use gold because there's not much, it wasn't visible. So let's take this pencil, give that cut. Perfect. Not much of a gold on there, but I can add, I'll show you now what I'm going to add on here. So I'm taking this because I took it all the way up there. Just so it doesn't catch on there. So let's get that squashed down. And I have one of these beautiful, I'm literally just going to glue that on there. I've given it it did have a piece of black foam on the back, so I added a white border, so we've got black and white as well, and it's got the gold sparkle on. Just lift that up, make sure it's straight. Perfect. Just got that tiny little bit of embellishing. Woohoo! That is cute. We don't even have to decorate the back of these because we've got our 6x4 rope on there. Where's my little piece? Is that the piece I just taken off? Look at that. It's the tiniest little bit short, so I'm going to trim that just a fraction. Make sure it stays level. Minute. If worse comes to it, I will I'm going to leave a gap there because there's pretty much of a gap there. I'll tell you what I've got as well. So I'm going to take this down to the edge of the paper, making sure that this stays away from that edge. I've got these lovely little signs that I made. I've got special time, Merry Christmas, and I'm going to glue that on there and leave that little bit on the end not glued down. Tiny little gap. Isn't that cute? And then that photo can still tuck all the way behind up to there. I just literally got a pen and wrote things on. Frosty, cold, gold, crimbo, our time, fa-la-la. And then it's up to me then how I cut the ends, if they are going to be banners or slants and stuff like that. So, and they cross over and you can have them either way. I'm just going to give that a good burnish. And this page folds over here. Wow, that looks a bit... No, that's not too bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So what am I? I haven't got nothing to hold that down. Could have done with that. Let me see. Let me see if I had a little square there and an arm that comes across like a clasp. Let's do that. Let's do this. I just add it there. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Lined up beautifully. So if I add that on this piece of black, which it won't be that noticeable, gonna glue that down. It's the same width as the band. Let's get that in the centre. Oops. Okay, you know what you like. Don't want to add it to the top. But we do want to add it in the middle. I always forget to do the bulk up. You know, the bit that... I can use gel pen and on there, and I can find it first. It does help. Just do some faux stitching. All the way around that section. I could write the word ski because she's going skiing, but I'm not that steady at hand. So let's hold that over. Hold that over. Let's get some magnets. And some tape. squash it down. I don't want that coming off. Add some sticky stick. Try and keep that straight. So when we fold this over, it will hold that into place. Perfect. Gives that a really good adhering down. Right, now I need some paper. Paper, paper, paper. I'm going to add some spots, I think, to this one. I always like to do it on the edge, that way I can come in a little bit, giving me that border. So I actually cut the base mark off. Check that. Spots and dots, and I can just trim that a little bit more. You can always take a little bit off, you can't add it back on. Perfect. Pokey pokey tool. Are we going to have spots or are we going to have the dark side? I'm going to have the dark side. Looks like Christmas lights. Even though it's little leaves, it comes across as little fairy lights. And I'm just going to add a bit of glue just around my magnet. Perfect. Give that smushy, get rid of any excess glue. Because we certainly don't want let's have a look. Oh, lovely. Just give that a nice finish. I said we weren't going too busy, but it's got a bit of bulk on that. That's not too bad. Right, now let's see what we've got here. Let's add some trees. Give that a little. I'm just going to cut where those trees are. Right where that little mark is. Make it straight. And there goes my battery. Right, come back on the next video, girls, and I'll finish off. Till next time, bye.